Welcome to the FN Studios. We're looking back at the fight night card that went down in Mexico City. We saw one of the most exciting fighters maybe in the history of the sport, Diego Sanchez, get a much-needed victory against the always dangerous Marcin. And if you haven't seen Marcin fight in the past, this kid is always exciting, and his debut was no exception, constantly threatening the leg attacks and heel hooks and knee bars for Diego Sanchez, but I don't think he was able to deal with the altitude, and because of that, and Diego Sanchez, nearly unbreakable. Yeah. And if you're going to try to break Diego Sanchez, I don't know if leg locks is the way to do it, because Brian Stan even said it during the broadcast, said that's Greg Jackson's style. Diego Sanchez has been with Greg Jackson for so long. Diego grappled at ADCC. He knows what time it was, and he was able to defend everything. Yeah,
it must have been really nice. I don't know who got through to Diego on this idea, because one of his great attributes, he has many, including his top game, including pressure, but heart, grit, toughness, gameness, that is on the 100th degree or the millionth degree. And so he's built his game around it over the last few years. It's made him, a lot of money in bonuses. It's made him a lot of fans forever. But it must have been nice to take the night off, one of those things, that it is your whole world is built on that, and go back to something you dominate at, and that is the grappling world. And that must have been beautiful for Diego to experience it. We'll be fans of his forever. And, we'll be fans of Diego Sanchez forever. And you couldn't help but feel happy for him.
You talk about the new science, how you have to think outside of the box. And one of the things we know about Diego Sanchez and a number of fighters, that they study yoga. They make sure that yoga is a very, very important part of their game. And Brian Stan was talking about that, how Marcin held constantly bending Diego in every which way he possibly could, and that yoga served him very, very well. Why aren't more people doing this?
It's different for everybody. The thing that suits you, your body type, your mindset, all those things, there's no right and wrong. That's what is being proven weekly right now, is this idea that there is a stable curriculum that everybody should do all of these things. Cool, okay, why don't you guys all stay and do all of these things? Well, these young fighters with new ideas and innovative ideas go different ways. George St. Pierre is obsessed. We spent time with him on the weekend, gymnastics. He believes that's the answer. Some other guys, it'll be powerlifting plus yoga. But by being different, you're different than the training partners and you're different than the structure. Most of these big gyms now that have built that curriculum, they need to bring in outside weirdos. They need to bring in the strange ones with the new ideas, and they need to trust new ideas. That we're living in a time of change, faster change than ever in human history. This applies to everything in our life, and it freaking applies to fighting too. So the winners of the next few years are the innovators.
What do you hope for Diego Sanchez? I mean, this is a guy fighting a 24-year-old in his UFC debut. Shouldn't, at this point in Diego, he can do whatever he wants. Yeah. But you would imagine, based on the miles that he has, based on where he is at his mixed martial arts career, just give him interesting fights, right?
I think that's the deal. You don't
imagine he's ever going to challenge for a title?
I think he might still have that in his mind, and wouldn't that be cool? I mean, we just saw Dan Henderson, so it's always possible. But for Diego, he loves the martial arts, and he loves his life, and he loves getting in there. Congratulations, Diego.
And he certainly will go down as one of the sport's most exciting fighters.